Brothers, time for horror movies again. Today we continue the Mekong survival game series. Awei tests horror games for a living, playing to find bugs and glitches. These games reach 5-star terror levels, with jump scares that would terrify anyone. Tonight, he's commissioned to test a new product called Survival. The game is set in a dark, cloud-covered manor. This medieval European building creates an atmosphere of pure dread and horror. Based on true events, a noblewoman named Elizabeth captured nearly 100 young girls to drink their blood. Some say she was a killer with twisted desires. Others believe she was a vampire. The developers recreated every detail. Awei spots bodies in a window, but one woman's dress seems oddly out of place. Initially unconcerned, Awei explores the ancient house's secrets. Then footsteps echo behind him in the corridor. Elizabeth appears in elegant dress before he can react. With no skills ready, Awei frantically jumps between rooms, but monsters block every exit. Forced to hide in a nearby room, Awei discovers a blood-soaked slaughterhouse, Elizabeth's torture chamber. Elizabeth drags him forward, hanging his neck on a prepared iron hook. Game over. Awei stares at the screen with empty eyes, soul seemingly stolen. Awei calls his friend John, describing the terrifying game, and inviting him over to experience it. John eagerly agrees. As a game planner himself, John has strong interest in horror games. After hanging up, Awei clearly hasn't recovered. Leaning back, covering his neck, thunder crashes outside. Heading upstairs to rest, he hears sounds from his roommate's room. Concerned, Awei opens the door to find his roommate Aqiang with his girlfriend playing intimate role-playing games. Embarrassed by Aqiang's scolding, Awei retreats sadly. The game's impact runs deep. Survival is etched into Awei's subconscious. Awakening from nightmares, sweating heavily, he goes downstairs for water. His gaming skills help him detect footsteps and breathing nearby, shouting toward the kitchen, thinking it's Aqiang, but clearly it's not them this time. Shock crosses Awei's face as iron chains wrap his neck from behind. A dark shadow pushes him from the upper floor, strangling him. John receives news of Awei's death, his mood plummeting. They'd been childhood friends, practically brothers since birth. At the memorial service, a woman approaches John. She hands him a photo, many crying faces visible at the funeral. Though John doesn't cry, his sadness runs deepest. They quickly begin talking. Awei's sister joins them, handing John a briefcase containing the survival game disc. His sister says the violent game would be thrown away by their parents. She believes her dead brother would want John to have it. Scene shifts to John's home with 3 or 4 friends, including blonde Jessie from the memorial service. They plan to play the horror game Survival. John feels this is inappropriate and risky, Awei's final act. But his friend Pierre desperately wants to play. He's an extreme gaming fanatic who opened an internet cafe. Pierre believes completing Survival would honor Awei's memory. After tech expert Ajay sets up the big screen, John's boss joins remotely, creating an account. As everyone customizes their characters, a gruff voice provides monologue, introducing the game's background to players. In Gruge Manor lives a female demon named Elizabeth. Players must destroy her puppet army and find Elizabeth to uncover the truth. The game emphasizes survival above all. A blood-covered female zombie appears. Without hesitation, the player shoots her dead. A rose appears on the ground. The game explains that roses provide safety when players face insurmountable difficulties. The group quickly adapts to the gameplay. Reaching the manor's center, they face overwhelming numbers. Forced to hide inside buildings, closing doors, The boss accidentally gets separated during the panic. John's group reaches a large hall, while the boss enters a dark basement. He sees a room full of blood and screaming girls, growing frightened. John suggests using a rose if he can't continue. The boss throws down a rose, instantly ending the chaos. But this was his last rose. As the boss relaxes, a woman in red rushes from behind, stabbing him to death. The boss recognizes the Countess from the painting. About to head to the torture room for revenge, the boss notices a black shadow at the door, assuming it's security trying to scare them. Awei theorizes he's played too long, and is seeing things. The boss temporarily leaves. The locked door opens mysteriously, buzzing sounds inside. Returning to find the game controller on the floor, the boss screams. Next morning, John arrives at work confused by weekend police presence. A black officer stops him from entering. Learning his boss was murdered, throat pierced by a sharp blade, John glimpses the body. After group discussion, John and the 4 others decide the game is too dangerous to continue. But Pierce secretly logs in at home. Strangely, he sees a carriage approaching while Komar screams in reality. The group rushes back, believing Pierre is still playing, only to find him motionless before the screen. Despite unanimous opposition, Pierre had continued playing. The main players sign terms before entering. They must finish whether they want to or not. Everyone returns to daily routines. Awei assembles computer parts. Pierre installs speakers in his sports car for racing. Then everyone experiences strange visions. Awei finds blood on his keyboard. The vending machine reflects something behind him. John's reflection suddenly shows cataracts while washing up. Pierre, repairing his car, hears horse hooves approaching from behind. Initially dismissing it as nerves, vigilant John visits the library to research the murders and Elizabeth rumors. He discovers his boss and Awei's roommate died identically, stabbed by large scissors, blood drained. Awei's chain throat death matches his in-game weapon. Hearing John's findings, everyone shivers. October shares Elizabeth's story her grandmother told. How she kidnapped hundreds of girls at Gruge Manor, drinking their blood for eternal youth. Elizabeth shatters when facing mirrors because she can't bear her aged reflection. Eventually, locals locked her in the manor tower where she starved. Outside, Pierre plays music loudly, but dark clouds suddenly cover the sky. Thick white fog blankets the road ahead. Adjusting his rearview mirror, Pierre sees a little girl appear in front. He swerves into roadside bushes. Inspecting carefully, no one's on the road. His car won't start. He calls John, saying he's broken down nearby and needs help quickly. Since Pierre didn't die in-game, he feels safer. But the silent highway echoes with approaching horse cries. John's group arrives to find Pierre dead beside his sports car, head severely crushed as if trampled. Police sirens wail as investigators arrive. John tells detectives his friends' deaths mirror their game experiences. Though the detective agrees to investigate, he warns John. Next time John appears at a crime scene, he'll be arrested. Meanwhile, John's father registers for the game under Awei's guidance, mocking what there is to fear. As his father approaches torture tools, John rushes over and shuts down the computer. Next day, visiting a game store, John's father learns survival isn't publicly available yet. Finding no clues, he drives away. Through his rearview mirror, he sees a girl in the back seat. Instantly, torture instruments crush him to death inside the car. The group visits Awei's home from the story's beginning. John wants to find the game developer's address to discover the truth. From Awei's phone, they learn the company is 50 kilometers away. Preparing to leave, they find the game running on the laptop. Nobody touched the computer. The screen shows October's character, heartbroken over Brother Pierre's death, smoking outside. She sees someone in a nearby decorated house. October grabs a hammer and 3 nails. Remembering ancient texts, nailing 3 nails into a corpse's body controls them. But Elizabeth appears as a soul, not flesh. Escaping, Elizabeth hooks October with an iron chain, hanging her in the air. Hearing screams, John's group rushes to the bloody scene. October's throat is already cut, lying in a pool of blood. John and Jesse continue to Cypress Street as planned. The location is eerily silent, nothing like a company. John leads Jesse inside while Awei controls the game remotely. Rather than let fate rest with demons, they'll control destiny and defeat them. The building is covered in mysterious dolls everywhere. Jesse and John discover the room layout matches mini-game locations. Following Awei's guidance through the game, they find a matching cemetery. Continuing forward, an ancient tower appears in John's sight. This isn't a game company at all, it's Elizabeth's Gruge Manor. Her true body must be inside the tower. Before entering, Awei emphasizes bringing gasoline and nails to defeat the demon. If nails fail, fire will destroy Elizabeth's body. Flames are fatal to demons. Suddenly the car shakes violently, doors slamming shut with Awei locked outside. Staring nervously at the suspended game screen, a carriage appears ready to crush Awei. He flees into the jungle as Elizabeth pursues. Falling into weeds, roses bloom around him. John reaches the car to find Awei killed on screen. Too late again. Despite heartbreak, they must quickly prepare tools to kill Elizabeth. Hoarse cries echo again. Elizabeth is pursuing them. At the critical moment, John opens the tower door just in time. Instead of entering, he turns back, pulling a rose from his bag to test if it works in reality. They search inside the tower. Zombie puppets gather around John, but he throws roses to escape. Reaching a room, the iron door slams shut, trapping Jesse inside. Jesse tells John to ignore her and find Elizabeth's body quickly. Time is running out. John hands Jesse his last rose before continuing alone. In the tower's top bedroom, John slowly lifts the curtain, finally finding Elizabeth lying inside. Heart pounding, he drives 3 nails into her body. After nailing, Elizabeth sits up eerily, the 3 nails falling away. This actually summoned her soul back to the body. John grabs his laptop like a mirror. Seeing her ghastly reflection, Elizabeth screams wildly. John seizes the moment, igniting gasoline already on the ground. Fire engulfs the house as Elizabeth burns and roars weakly. But she locks the door, trapping John inside. As flames approach, Awei kicks down the door with roses. The 3 complete their mission, burning Elizabeth alive in the tower. But the movie's end reveals survival is now sold in major stores. When players recite the opening prayer, the curse activates again. Elizabeth resurrects, ready to face new challengers.